Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how I got this Valentine's Day makeup look loosely inspired by Carli Bybel. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go in with my Best Damn Beauty facial spray. I like to spray this in my hands and then pat it into the skin. Next, I'm going to go in with the Becca Firstlight priming filter. And I'm going to follow it with the Becca Backlight priming filter, but I'm going to focus this on the outer perimeter of my face. I'm going to go in with the Benefit Porefessional primer in the areas where I would typically get oily or where I have a little bit of texture. All right, now I'm going to go in with my Revlon Colorstay foundation in the shade Buff, and I'm going to apply that using my Makeup Forever 176 brush. I'm going to conceal underneath my eyes with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Neutral. This concealer is my biff. I love it. I'm going to blend that out with my Real Techniques makeup sponge, beginning with the concealer, and then I'm going to turn the sponge over and start blending out my foundation. And I'm going to take whatever's left onto my eyelids to prime for shadow. All right, now I'm going to go in with the Shape Tape in light neutral, and I'm just going to address any blemishes or spots. I fast forwarded through my brows, but I used the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in number 5. I like to build up my concealer in light layers, so I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the Fair Neutral concealer before I set my under eye. And I'm going to set using the KatVonD Lock It setting powder and the number 25 brush. Now I'm going in with my Makeup Weapons 1.1 brush and the same powder to set my face. And I'm just using my City Color CCB 100 brush to set my lids. Alright, I'm going to contour using the Kevyn medium sculpting powder and my City Color CCB 202 brush. I fast forwarded through this, but if you want to see a video on how I contour my nose, just let me know in the comments down below. Alright, now I'm going to bronze with the Wet n Wild Pressed Powder Foundation. This is in the shade Golden Tan. I've been loving this for my fair skin, and the formula is really beautiful. Alright, I'm going to bake using the KatVonD Lock It setting powder and my Real Techniques makeup sponge. I'm going to be using the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to go in with Bestie on my MAC 217 brush. I'm going to focus this right in the crease, and then taking whatever's left on the brush and winging it out. I really want to create a cat eye effect with this look. Now I'm going to go in with Thanks a Latte. I want this look to be really soft. I want the blending to be seamless. I'm going to go in with Are You Kiddin' Me on my Morphe E17 brush, and I'm going to start defining that outer corner. So you can see I'm not really taking it onto the lid. I'm sort of defining a soft wing. Then once I have that placed, I'm going to slowly start blending it onto the lid, but focusing it in the outer corner. Now I'm going to go in with Wine and Dine on that same brush, and I'm going to basically do the same process. So focusing it on the very outer corner, blending it into Are You Kiddin' Me, and then slowly bringing it onto the outer corner of the lid. But I'm really going to focus it in that triangular shape. And then it's good to keep like a clean-ish brush around just to help with blending. Now I'm taking Wine and Dine again on my Sigma E54 brush, and I'm just going to start packing that onto the outer corner of the lid. And then going back in with my E17 to make sure that it's blending. I'm going to go in with Teddy Bear on my E18 brush and really focus this on the outer corner. So as the shadows get darker, the brushes are getting smaller. And I'm focusing the shade closer to the lash line. You can see I'm blending into those colors, but I'm not trying to lose any of the shades. Now I'm going to go in with Cranberry Splash on my Sigma E54 brush, and I'm going to focus this in the center of the lid, blending it into Wine and Dine. But I don't want to take it all the way to the outer corner. You want to blend this shade, but you don't want to take it up way too high, especially if you have hooded lids like me, because you will get creasing. I got so much fallout from these shadows, I'm so glad that I baked. Alright, now I'm going to go in with So Jelly on the inner third of the eye, and I'm going to blend that into Cranberry Splash. And then taking Ploof, I'm going to focus that on the very inner corner and blend that into So Jelly, doing my best not to lose any of the colors. I'm just gonna dust away that setting powder and all that fallout that we got. And I'm gonna go into the lower lash line with the City Color CCB 103 brush, and I'm going to do the same shadow progression using the mattes. So I'm gonna start off with Bestie, and then Are You Kiddin' Me? And then I'm gonna go in with Wine and Dine on the outer 2/3, and then I'm going to finish off with Teddy Bear on the outer third, blending up into the crease, focusing it out and up as the shadows get darker. This is really going to lift and create that cat eye effect. All right, now I'm gonna do a really long wing using the Forever 21 waterproof black liquid liner. I'm still deciding how I feel about this stuff. I really loved it, first impression, but I gotta see how it wears, you know? I gave my lashes a quick curl with the Makeup Weapons lash curler and applied a few coats of the Lash Renegade mascara by Wet n Wild. Before I go in with my lashes, I'm going to blush and highlight. So I'm using the shade from the Timeless Beauty palette by City Color, and I'm applying that with my Marc Jacobs blush brush. I just had never used this brush, and I totally forgot that I had it. It's not necessary. I'm going to highlight using the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion in number 1. I'm focusing this on my cheekbones and then dragging it down kind of over my blush. I'm going to highlight the rest of my face with the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Ice Cold, and I'm using my Dose of Colors setting brush. And then I'm gonna hit the very tops of the cheekbones with this. I'm highlighting my brow bone with my Fearless Cosmetics PM2 brush. And now I'm gonna go in with my first lash. This is Velour See-Through. I'm obsessed with these right now. I'm gonna highlight my nose with my Dose of Colors pencil brush. And I'm using my Revolution BX 100 brush to do my inner corner. I'm gonna set my brows with the Kiss Top Brow Cleared Brow Gel. And then I'm gonna go in with my final lash. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of an ombre lip. So I'm gonna start off with the Makeup Forever Precision Lip Pencil in number 42. I'm gonna start off by giving myself a little French mustache. It's my favorite way to line my lips. So I'm just gonna line and fill in completely with this shade. And then I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip Liner in 13C. And I'm gonna focus this in the outer corner of the lip to create that ombre effect. I was really messy with this, so I'm doing some cleanup with my City Color CCB 104 brush and just a little bit of my Shape Tape Concealer. To set, I'm going to finish off with my new favorite. It's the KatVonD Lock-It Setting Mist. All right, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them down below. For updates on new videos, or if you just want to stalk my life, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Those will all be linked below. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.